Back everyone to the series where we find out if every single outfit of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour will make an appearance in one way, shape, or form in the Taylor Swift The End of an Eras documentary. Now, these episodes 3 and 4, are actually a lot more jam-packed than episodes 1 and 2 are, which makes sense, specifically episode 3. For comparison, on episode 4, which is more normal, I wrote this many notes, so like half a page, whereas this one took up multiple pages of actual physical notes. So, without further ado, we're about to check off a whole lot of these outfits. I truly think that without episode 3, there was a chance that we would have to give up, decide that there was absolutely no chance that every single outfit appeared, but episode 3 has given me so much hope. You will be shocked by the end of it. So, diving right into this, the actual episode opens with a very, very young Taylor using the very iconic Koi Fish guitar. She's used that across multiple tours as well. Famously, it was on the Speak Now tour, and then she used it on the Eras tour when she did Long Live. So that was really, really cool to see. Another thing that was a flash right at the beginning was a huge shot of the stadium, and you could make out the multicolor jacket in the back. Then we get to the introductions of a lot of the crew, specifically a lot of focus on Jesslyn, which makes sense. And during that, they give a lot of stock footage of outfits. And so I'll go through all the ones that just appear right then. We get the blue 1989 top that you can see in the back corner here. And then in the next shot, you can see she's wearing it with the orange skirt. There's never a time you could actually see the full 1989 set together, which is funny. Then we get the red OG Reputation bodysuit, and then the yellow and orange 1989 set. Now, from here on out, this is where things get cluttered like crazy. The reason that is because we get interviewed with Taylor Swift's stylist, and we get to see the actual closet full of outfits. And so here's everything in one image that I'll put right here. So in this image, stuff that you can make out, you can see the lavender haze jacket, which I think is really fun. Fun fact about this is actually the second version. They're basically identical. So for all intents and purposes, it's the same one, but they have extra beads for the Miami shows. You can see the brand new t-shirt that came from Miami, which was like this like icy blue that was kind of chunky. You can make out the purple, dark purple orchid Midnight's t-shirt, the sunset, like the pink and orange cut dress, the Fearless sapphire dress, the supernova dark purple one, and then there's a couple other ones that I couldn't tell exactly what they were until another shot, so we'll come back to that later. The next shot of this same image, you can make out 2 more surprise song dresses. You can see the Koi Fish and the Beta Fish dress, as they were called on Mastermind. With that, we've actually seen all of the new leg dresses for the surprise songs. There was 4 in the second US leg, and now we've checked all of them off, which is amazing. And then this is a better picture of the sunburst one, the like die cut one that I was talking about earlier. Then we also see this picture of the teal dress from Speak Now, which was brand new. The amethyst and lavender like chunk kind of color, I don't know what we called it. You can see that as well on the cart. Either that was added between these 2 takes, or it was just hiding behind another t-shirt, but we get to check that one off as well. Then here's a better picture of the sapphire one of her trying that on. Now, that's all from this scene, and then we get to move on to an interview with the actual stylist himself, and he has a bunch of these things like blurred behind him, and the outfits that we can see that are kind of important that we haven't knocked out. You can see that purple folklore dress, the gold noodle dress, and then the red Reputation outfit. Now, there's obviously other ones behind there, but I'm just trying to make points here. The next shot here, we can see Wonderstruck dress. This is also like in overlays while we're still talking to the interviewers. So it's all the same scene, but they cut to a couple other ones here. You can see the black and silver Fearless dress, which is super cute. The I Love You, It's Ruining My Life dress. And then we have the A Lot Going On at the Moment t-shirt, which I think is very, very cool to see. The reason this is a big deal is in the entire first 2 episodes, red was one of our only ones that we had made no progress, and now we officially have marked it on the board, which is good to see. There's also the Moonstone bodysuit, which we hadn't seen in this episode, but we did see in some previous ones. We have the classic Reputation. This is a better picture of it, as well as the original Lover bodysuit, which is so fun. We get a picture of the tangerine one, and then her trying on the orange jacket for that as well. But if you look right at the back on this frame of the orange jacket, you can make out a pink and yellow 1989 set. It's hard to tell, so I put a circle on the picture. Hopefully that helps you see it. This next picture is really cool because you get to see a Smallest Man Who Ever Lived jacket that actually didn't end up coming, so it's like a cut Eras Tour outfit. I love that. that. I kind of hope we see more of them. We've seen a couple now. And then in this frame though, you can see that under the dress that she's wearing the white I Can Do With a Broken Heart set. I'm gonna count that, but we do get another picture of that again later in episode 4. So we'll still count it either way, but I count these little peekings. We see the normal Smallest Man Who Ever Lived jacket, the magenta Karma jacket, which I think is super cool, the Who's Afraid of Little Me dress, and then we see another red t-shirt, so that's now 2 in this episode, the I Bet You Think About Me t-shirt. Now, this one's also a little bit of a stretch. Behind these people in the crowd, if you look on the TV screen on the top, you can make out that she's wearing the Butter folklore dress, the yellow one. We have the gold reputation. Obviously, there's a huge moment in the episode all dedicated to that, which is super fun. From here, we get to see a lot of rehearsal shots. So like they're talking about rehearsing for Miami and it's coming back. And on these shots, we actually make out a ton of them. We see the fringe fearless dress, the champagne Speak Now dress, the lavender t-shirt. This one's fully in rehearsals. It's not even on stage. The cutouts bodysuit on a hanger. A better picture of the pink and yellow 1989 set. Obviously the red classic bodysuit. We see the red folklore dress, a better picture of the champagne as well. Now we get to something that is very technical, and you guys have to let me know in the comments if this does count or not. But we actually get to see a zoomed in picture of this girl's phone. It seems that she's the one who is in charge of getting outfits. By the way, I kind of want to make a whole video about this. So let me know if that'd be something you're interested in. But on her shirt, you can actually see all 5 of her bodysuits. We already have gotten all of them in previous episodes as well, so we don't need to knock anything out here. But actually on the bottom, there is a tiger stripe fearless dress, and we've not seen that yet. I've been counting pictures like this, but once again, luckily we do get a better shot of the tiger stripe down in episode 4. Not to spoil this, but I do think we should count this, and I think this is so cool. Next up, we have the iridescent t-shirt, which you get to see on the rack here. And then in this picture, I actually was shocked that I noticed it. Look in the very corner. They have all of the Midnight's t-shirts in a line, like hanged up on the hanger, and you can actually check out the rest of the Midnight's t-shirts off our list because they have the blue one, the pink one, and the silver one in a line, which are 3 of the OG ones, and bam, like, that's so exciting right there, because before this episode, we had no Midnight's t-shirts. This next bit here, we have the Barbie pink lover the lover bodysuit. The next picture here, we have the This Is Not Taylor's Version t-shirt. Now, the reason this is hard to see, you'll have to believe me, when it's actually moving, you can see the full shirt. However, in every single frame that I tried to pause to take a screenshot of this, none of them worked well, but you have to believe me about what this is. Here's our better picture, as I promised, of the white 2-piece set. Then we have a silver noodle in the quick change scene, the moonstone bodysuit and the magenta jacket as a quick change. And then we get to see something really cool. So to set the scene, she's talking about rain shows. And we actually get to see the original green 1989 set, which actually is also the surprise song dress. You can actually make out both of them here. She just put the dress on over 1989. You can actually see it in this picture. This green surprise song set is the first thing that was pre-Tortured Poet, so pre-Europe, that never was seen again, that we actually get a clip of. The obvious exception to that is Evermore, but I feel like those have popped up as like news articles. They haven't popped up in their own right either. So this is such a big deal in my personal opinion. Then when we get to see like the final scenes, they once again do a bunch of like B-roll. And in those, they have the purple leather set, the blue and gold leather bodysuit, the indigo jacket, which is exciting because these man jackets are low-key so hard because they're only there for one song and they're only within the set. So she puts them on and takes it off within the same set. So it becomes really difficult to see them. We can see the purple cupcake dress, which I love to see. This was in the first movie. And then finally, the episode ends with a blue and purple 1989 set, which is gorgeous. Now, where does that put us when it comes to our checkpoint? This is what we do in the halfway point of these YouTube videos. However, this is not really the halfway because episode 4 is so short in comparison, but we've made a lot of progress. Last time we actually completed Lover already, so that was done. We added indigo to the jackets, which is amazing. Drum roll please here, because we've now completed the Fearless set. I love to see it. When it comes to Evermore, once again, we have completed that. Next up, we have the red t-shirt. It was barren, and now look, it has actual progress added to it, which we love to see. From there, we can see we finally made a little bit more progress on 1989, which is fun. The Tortured Poets dresses are now complete. We love to see that. The I Can Do With Broken Heart sets were looking very plain. We were looking like we had nothing, but we've made some progress on them, which is super cool. And a ton of progress on the surprise song dresses, which is so fun to see that the green one is in. I know I mentioned that earlier. And then coming to Midnights, this was our progress on Midnights before this episode. We had gotten nothing. And then bam, look at that. We've now done every single Midnights t-shirt, which is amazing. Now let's go on to the bodysuits. We have now made some progress on, but we're still missing that first couple ones, which you really need to see. And then the Karma jackets, we still need to work on that as well. Now let's move on to episode 4. This part will be a lot shorter because episode 4 was actually a lot of behind the scenes content rather than the actual outfits. But we open with rehearsal of the dancers. A lot of this talk is while Wiley is mentioning his dreams to do ready for it. In this scene, they use a lot of B-roll, and in the B-roll, I'll kind of go fast. We get to the black man jacket. Once again, I mentioned how cool it is to see those because those are really rare. We see the scallops bodysuit, which is the one from the first Eras Tour movie. The gold reputation, the I love you dress, the like I love you during my life, as well as the you should be dress. So we get both of the Tortured Poets just in this episode alone. Obviously, we'd already completed that. Now we have the scene with Travis, and in that scene, we actually get something very important. She has the white two-piece set, which is a little bit better than the last episode that I talked about, as well as that white and black jacket, which is also really hard for similar reasons that I mentioned with the man jackets. Then we have the whole section with Sabrina where she's wearing the orange dress. The scene is amazing. It's my personal favorite. I'm obsessed with it. This orange dress is actually seen multiple times throughout the episode, but this picture I just like really much when she's with Sabrina. Now we have a bunch of scenes from Indianapolis that are played, and in that we get to see the pink and blue lover bodysuit. We get a much better picture of the tiger stripe, which I did promise when we saw it on the phone before. And then we have the Who is Taylor Swift Anyway? Ew t-shirt. For some reason, I get extra excited when we see these red t-shirts. For some reason, I've convinced myself that those are going to be impossible, yet we've now done half of them, so it's clearly not impossible. And then to continue off these like flashes through Indy, the episode basically ends with a bunch of like montage of that show. We have the pink and yellow 1989 set, the gold and black I Can Do With a Broken Heart set. Once again, you have to zoom in. We have the Koi Fish surprise song dress, and then the blue jacket with the chevron bodysuit. And then when Travis surprises her, she's wearing the Moonstone bodysuit. Now, to give us the final updates of this episode, these are the ones we have completed fully. I'll go out of order just for these full check marks. We've done Lover, Fearless, Evermore, the Tortured Poets department dresses, and the Midnights t-shirts are fully done. Stuff we've added the one jacket to Lover here. We are now just missing a couple red t-shirts. For Speak Now, we didn't make any progress on the second episode. We just are missing the couple ones here that I really think are gonna be hard to hit. For Folklore, we're just missing that one dress, that pink one. This one's gonna be hard because the last show it was ever worn was Paris, and it doesn't seem like they were filming in Paris yet, so it'll be tricky to see if we get that one. We didn't make any progress on 1999 on the second half, but we did make some progress a bit, so I'm hopeful. The I Can Do It With Broken Heart set, we've added the gold one to it. The surprise song dresses, we've now completed the whole second row of it. Now we're only missing 3/4 of the original dresses. Now for the bodysuits, we're only missing the original navy one. Once again, this one left in the pre-Tortured Poets days, so I am worried about its chances of coming back, but I need it. And then finally, for the Karma jacket, we only need the pink one. So, without further ado, we only have 2 episodes left of this docuseries, and they're actually coming a few days early. So we will have the final part posted as soon as possible. It will be over Christmas that this is happening, so I predict the next YouTube video will come out hopefully December 26th, and we will find out once and for all if we have seen every outfit on the Eras Tour in this docuseries. Let me know right now in the comments if you've watched all the way to the end. Tell me if you think we're gonna accomplish this goal or not. If you don't think so, which outfit do you think is going to leave us in the dust forgotten? Because I'm starting to get very worried about our chances. And then make sure to like and subscribe, as well as leave a comment down below. I'll try to respond to every single comment that I get on here. YouTube videos are very fun to make, but obviously I am mainly on TikTok. I would love to make YouTube one of my main platforms. And because of all of you guys who are currently watching this, I get to kind of make that dream come true. So I truly am not overstating how much I appreciate that you watch this. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next week for the next 2 episodes.